thing, but I understand why Glass did Glass. I understand why you said you did what you did, but I don't even think it was worth for you to even, because he was trying to pull you out of it. You understand what I'm saying, G? You
No,
feel
no.
me?
Listen, I had zero intentions of entering the. To be honest, man, I just feel like act culturally can't. We're not in the same kind of thing, right? That's not to say your successes in your business ain't cool. I'm saying
Hmm.
what the topic is when we talking about hip hop. Like, truthfully, I rap way better than you DJ. I done made millions of dollars off rapping. You don't DJ well enough, right? And I think it's a threat of his space. And I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to be in your space, fool. I'm not trying to do your thing. But if you want to keep talking about hip hop, then I'll pick all this shit apart. And I'll tell you the truth, you just not. Like, you couldn't walk around the people you talking about. Like, if you can't hang with the if you can't part of being with the culture is hanging with people. Well, you're not gonna hang with nobody, bro. You're not gonna throw a picnic, bro. Right now, your favorite rapper, at least that's what you said until all of a sudden now Drake's your favorite rapper. Your favorite rapper who you thought was the realest nigga, you let a dude come on your show, accuse him of not being a rider, he gets put in jail for riding, and now he's taunting who's supposed to be your favorite person. Not to mention, this city pretty much made you what you are, right? The trauma and bullshit that happened to these people in this ghetto made you what you are. You ain't did nothing for them. You ain't did shit. You ain't did shit for Dirk. You just reporting like it don't matter. If that's your idea of love, bro, then I'm cool. So I initially I was gonna not really say nothing, talking upon them, but I get why it matters. The truth is, you could scream loud, you could drink all that Hennessy, pump yourself up. Boy, you know you can't exist in no space with me. In no way possible. I'm not Dave. I'm not none of them. I'm not none of Dave, the young homie that's with Dot and them, DJ. I'm not them, dog. This is different. And he know it's different. It ain't about how successful you been. It's the fact that you know I could walk down every last ghetto in America and I'm gonna be fine. That is a different cachet that no nigga could never understand. And I think he struggles to understand it. And it bothers him because it's like, bro, who does this guy think he is? I'm that nigga for real. You that nigga in the house, I'm that nigga outside. Like, I walk outside, I'm that nigga. Like, I walk in your neighborhood and be that nigga for real. I come to your city, I go to Jamaica and throw a picnic in the ghettoest park and it's gonna crack. It's just levels to this culture that we talking about. And I think he knows it better than most people. Even right now, you're like, damn, I'm sure he talking to Drake and Drake like, you know what, cuz really on that shit. That's really what I'm on. I pride myself in it.
Well, I talked to Dave. Dave said they pressed him pretty good. I don't know
Man,
what
they was
he's. I
supposed to
don't know.
beat his fucking ass.
I don't know the report. I don't know. Hey, listen, I ain't get into the details. I'm just
No,
saying. Dave,
no,
Dave
no,
told
no,
Dave
no.
told me.
Dave was my
Dave
low.
told
Dave was supposed to beat on cuz.
Dave told me they did a pretty good. I don't know what happened. I don't,
Dave was
they said
supposed to
they.
beat his ass. He's supposed to leave that motherfucker leaking and all of that. And ain't no mother. See, that's the problem. Cut it like the homies in stadium now, so they gotta play nice. The
Yeah, yeah.
old
They,
Dave,
I don't think they put their
Dave,
hands on.
I know Dave would kick the shit out of him. But my point is, it's just sometimes you just gotta make an example. And it's not like a problem. It's just I sometimes I think niggas be thinking everybody playing. And I think niggas be playing and everybody not playing. But I mean, I don't mind. I found it entertaining watching him drink and kind of pump himself up and roll his neck like a like a like a woman. You know what I mean? It was like, I'm the last 10 years. It's like, bro, nobody has to mention you when you tell the story of hip hop. I'm just being honest. You don't. Like, you're just the person that was there at the. Imagine thinking you have to tell the story of a boxing fight who was sitting in the front row. Bro, niggas not tripping off who was in the front row, bro. That's not the boxing match, bro. The boxing match is the participants. It's not you were in the front row.
I think you can't tell the story of hip hop media without academics, though, and I will say that.
I mean, but I don't know if hip hop media means you're hip hop.
This the thing though, glasses. This what it is. I understand what you're saying, but why these you have most labels are still paying him to promote the music.
That's
So he has a
record business.
I know, I understand. So he
Yeah.
has a community that acknowledges themselves. He got people that follow what he's got going on, his doctrine. that will argue you down that they're hip hop.
I've
You get
never
what I'm
in
saying?
my life met one person of his doctrine in real life.
Because them niggas don't, you don't hang with them type of people. Don't you mean, of
Cause
course.
them type of people don't exist. It's gonna be some white kid and it's gonna be some white kid in Boise, Idaho, bro. It's not gonna be like you're not finna go to the barbershop and be like, man, the shit Ack on is real, bro. Never.
Oh no. I'm just saying it's people that fuck with him. You know that, right? Because they
Yeah,
watch
he
this
has. I
shit.
think he has a successful business. He's a very entertaining character. He's a decent orator. Like he gets busy at what he does, but don't compare that to hip hop, bro. That's not what hip hop is. Now I agree with Justin. You can't tell the story of hip hop media without him. That's true. He is an evolution of a level of media that covers hip hop, but that ain't the story of hip hop. He don't got something like the mic. He don't got a five mics like the source. You know what I mean? Well, you can't tell the story of hip hop media without the source or hip hop, right? Because if you talk about Illmatic, the first thing you're gonna talk about is five mics. That's gonna be something that's gonna come across your plate first. I don't think Act ever kind of cared to make his bones in that regards, right? Like he was the kind of person to me, like when I first got up on him, he was doing the Warren Chirac. The Warren Chirac piece is not hip hop. That's like our struggle. That's like our problems, our conflict. Like it does have some level of how we organize, but it's really rooted in conflict. Even when he's yelling and screaming, if you're not covering these people on trial, I'm like, bro, why is that? Like, to me, that's that lust shit I always tell y'all about. When these people lust this shit, that they lust. When they hear about Atlanta, all they hear is the lusty parts. They don't care about the depth of it. You know what I mean? So I at one time I kind of was like, man, I shouldn't even get to do energy. But the truth is, I'm glad I did because now, at least at this time, it's an articulate thought about exactly why he's not hip hop. And so anybody who comes across it is able to see, like, you know what, this dude is kind of a little different. You know what I mean? I sat there and watched him today have 6ix9ine on that show. And I don't watch Act, so these are clips. And 6ix9ine is like 6ix9ine is bragging to him like, oh well, you know, I didn't go to jail and I didn't crash out for the 9 to 5ers. Bitch, you did crash out for the 9 to 5ers. You paid a nigga to shoot at a nigga. The difference is because when they came and talked to you, you told on a nigga you paid. Stop acting like you was better than any of these niggas. And the fact that and the crazy part even further, where Ack was talking to 6ix9ine, and he said something that I said last week, like, bro, Dirk is supposed to be your hero. That's how you parade Cuz around. He the realest nigga. This, that, and the third. Chirac, blah, blah, blah. Cuz is fighting for his life right now. You ain't sent his family nothing. You ain't did nothing for nobody in Chicago. You ain't spent no money with these people, and they made you. That culture and conflict made you. So it's like, it's levels, bro. Like I think you're a successful guy in the business. I think that's dope. Cool. Bro, don't come play with the real folks. This the real thing. I'm not none of these niggas. I'm not. Shout out to Meek and Lil Baby. Bro, this is another level of bullshit. This like promises. It's not like that. I'm not trying to make it in rap. There's certain things I'm not conceding about it. I'm not giving nothing up. I'm not even worried about freedom. It's just different. So it's just different. And I'm trying to get people to understand, like, hey, bro, there's a world of people out here that freedom is not the most important thing. And that's they don't get that because they used to dealing with people that's like, oh man, if I go to man, it'd be terrorists. It'd be like terrorizing. Like it fuck.
Shout out to Pooh
I think
Shiesty.
I think people that don't really um do business out here or work in Los Angeles, it's different than any other place in America as far as hip hop is concerned. Because out here, it always starts rap and then it quickly goes to the other shit so fast. It's like it seems like in other places, it seems like in New York, it can stay there. Even on the media side, I don't think he understands how quickly it escalates out here. And I don't think I think you feel like, okay, well, I got my security and all this type, but that's just
Victims.
it's just tricky. It's just tricky out here in Los Angeles. It's just very tricky, and it's just the back and forth always end up something else. Yeah, yeah. I mean, to be
Because you
truthful,
don't be
glasses,
having
y'all
no
don't know how to act,
choice.
glasses.
Yeah, you
Y'all don't know
don't
how to
have
act,
no
dog.
choice, bro. Because that's what I'm saying. Like this whole conversation, Like, I'm like, bro, listen, man, I'm probably the worst person in this situation. I was telling the homies earlier, like, people look at him as a villain. And I'm like, man, this is the cute little kid on Santa's lap at 36, bro. Like, he's not a fucking villain, bro. He wouldn't break a rule. You know the type of shit and rules that I've broken. I broke rules yesterday, bro. I broke laws yesterday. Like, forgive me, it's just
Allegedly.
the villain.
Allegedly.
No, the villain I'm saying that you're presenting is not a villain.
Well, I would
You
like
just
to
under
just
people's
offer
skin.
though, I feel like the dangerous part about ACT for me is the right wing grifting, the right wing propaganda, and the misinformation and disinformation. Like he's not calling balls and strikes. Like I think that pushing misinformation and pushing propaganda and aligning yourself with MAGA in the media space, like in the hip hop media space, is a problem, and it could be dangerous. And I think, I don't know, like I've seen a lot of people handle ACT with kid gloves or just kind of wave it off as like, okay, entertainment. But I think, I don't know, there's a level of, I don't know, that's dangerous to me. That's not good to me. And I hope, like, you know, when Justin, you're talking about how we have to tell the story of ACT, if we're talking about hip hop media, I hope it's not revisionist, right? Because I don't know what he's actually contributed outside of rage bait, misinformation, and divisiveness. And I think, like, I don't know, when it goes into right wing or alt right or fascist political alignment, that shit is dangerous. And he's injecting that into a majority Black space. And then even like with War on Chirac and wanting to cover all of the mess and the slop and the drama, like that's polluting the space. And like, I don't know, I think like with Elon's Twitter and with Trump's America, that's why he's the number one voice, because misinformation and shit like that spreads the fastest. I don't think he's actually contributing anything of value like that we would look back 5-10 years or even now and be like, yeah, like he's crucial to the space.
I mean, that's a good question.
I want to ask about
this is last word real quick. We do have our special guest coming up next. We're gonna cut again, but we're gonna come back to this.
Culture united, our culture united, connecting all over the world.